Chapter 3. Maybe someone mixed it up? Fortunately, the morning rush didn't last long. People grabbed their coffees to go, a couple of croissants, and hurried off to their offices. A few stayed for business lunch, though there were far fewer of them than usual. The crowd dissolved as quickly as it appeared. The last customer left, the bell above the door chimed, and Luné fell back into its cozy rhythm. The soft hiss of the new coffee machine, the gentle clinking of dishes, the quiet jazz in the background. Molly exhaled, leaned against the counter, and looked at the box. It had been sitting there all this time, just slightly off to the side, as if waiting for her attention. The green ribbon had loosened, revealing a corner of white cardboard. She ran her finger along the bow, thinking, maybe I'll open it at home.
So, did you check your little present from your secret admirer?
Nico asked, walking back from the storage room.
I brought more milk for coffee.
Not yet, Molly replied, already reaching for the ribbon. The bow slipped away softly. She lifted the lid and froze. Inside was a mug, plain, white, without a single pattern. She looked again at the note on the box. Happiness lives in small things. The paper beneath the writing was slightly raised. Someone had written it by hand. She smiled. At first unsure, then genuinely. At the bottom lay another small note, folded neatly in four. Sometimes the reason for a good day can be as simple as a white mug. And how you decorate it is up to you. Molly sat on a high stool, holding the mysterious gift closer to the light. The mug was new, glossy, smooth around the edges, and somehow already felt like hers. She imagined making mint tea in it, sitting by the window, watching the city move. "So, who are you, mysterious do-gooder?" she murmured, as if the mug might answer.
Let's just write my name on it.
Nico teased, leaning over the counter.
So every morning starts with me.
Hilarious, Molly sighed. Don't you have enough Instagram fans already?
Are you jealous?
He shot back with a grin. Molly only rolled her eyes, but couldn't help smiling. She was far too intrigued by the gift to keep up the banter, and soon there was no time left to think about it anyway. A new wave of caffeine-hungry customers appeared outside the window. She placed the mug beside the register, adjusted her apron, exchanged a knowing look with Nico, and they dove back into their usual rhythm at Luné. The day passed quickly. An hour before closing, Molly kept glancing at the old clock on the wall, the one Louise said had belonged to her great-grandmother. The steady ticking matched the pace of her thoughts. She kept replaying every detail, trying to guess who could have left the gift. Old friends? A customer? Maybe Louise herself? Molly had moved to Paris from a small town called Soissons, about 100 kilometers away. Since childhood, she'd dreamed of owning a little cafe in the city. Something warm, quiet, hers. But life had its own timing. Her family's finances collapsed. Her father lost his job, and she spent years helping her parents before finally moving here. Now working at Luné felt like standing on the edge of that dream. Close enough to touch, but still not hers.
If you want to head home early, I can close up. Don't worry.
Nico's voice broke through her thoughts. Who said I'd leave you alone here? She smiled.
Come on, you're falling asleep standing.
Insomnia, she admitted quietly.
Too many thoughts? You can always share them, you know.
Thanks, Nick, but I'll survive. Though, since you offered, I really could use some sleep.
Good.
He said, grinning.
Go, I've got this.
Molly walked home quickly. The evening had turned cold. She hung her coat, set the box on the table, and stood still for a moment. The apartment was silent. That familiar, thick kind of silence after a long day, when the city lives its life and you live yours. She untied the ribbon again. The mug waited patiently in its cardboard cradle. Molly ran her fingers over the words and smiled. Happiness lives in small things. Whoever left it clearly knew her too well. Her first thought was Louise. She was capable of such gestures. Spontaneous, motherly in her own eccentric way, always pulling something useful out of nowhere. A vase when the old one broke, spare tights when someone tore theirs at work. It sounded like her. The note, too. Louise loved inspirational quotes in English. Molly made tea, watching the steam curl into the dim light. But why leave it at the cafe in a box through someone else? That wasn't Louise's style. She did things openly, with a smile and a, "You've earned it." The ribbon didn't fit her either. Molly sat by the window, the city shimmering outside, full of soft noises and golden light. Her mind, however, refused to rest. It clicked and hummed like a coffee machine working overtime. She kept returning to the same thought. Louise still seemed the most likely suspect, but something about it didn't add up. Her phone buzzed. A message from Nico.
You made it home. Or planning another night at the Metro.
She smiled. "Molly, you underestimate me, Nick. I've been home for ages, drinking tea and guessing who my secret Santa is." Nico.
Yeah, I'd be curious too. Mysterious gift. Handwritten note. Sounds like a movie.
Molly. Just don't start with the admirer jokes. How's the cafe without me? Nico.
Spotless, Captain. Cleaned, locked, secured.
Molly. Good boy. Dismissed. Nico.
Remember, you're solo tomorrow. Dentist appointment, bright and early.
Molly. Right. Thanks for the reminder. Nico.
Sleep well, Molly. No insomnia tonight.
Molly. Thanks. You too. Before bed, Molly decided she'd stop overthinking it. Maybe Louise had just wanted to double down on kindness after the coffee machine fiasco. Maybe the courier dropped it off by mistake. Or maybe, just maybe, the universe, tired of her constant worrying, decided to do something nice. If so, she whispered, smiling to herself, it can keep going. She made a mental note to thank Louise in the morning, and fell asleep with that rare feeling that for once she didn't need to understand everything. And now, as always, a cozy little task for you, dear listener. Tomorrow, try living your day a little more attentively. Don't search for meanings, just observe. Notice 3 small coincidences that make you smile. It might be a song playing at the right moment, a phrase on a billboard, someone's laughter, tiny moment too perfect to be random. Write them down in the evening, not as signs, but as little coincidences that chose you. Sometimes life doesn't speak in words, but in quiet, precise gestures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me create more cozy stories for you. You can also find me on Instagram, where I share behind-the-scenes moments, inspiration, and little pieces of everyday warmth. Link in the description. Thank you for spending this time with me. See you in the next chapters.